situation. We're essentially playing a 3v2 if we can keep our third man from running around and basically distracting Cobbo when he needs to be distracted.
That's exactly it. And I feel as if it's the only way they win is a lot of pressure on players as well as the ball. I think that pressure can be perceived as, getting a lot of shots off, etc., etc. But a big part of it is just putting pressure on the players' cars and making sure that they can't get those plays. They can't get those big passes that do make a big difference. And we have started off here with the boys in blue already starting off that perceived pressure and trying to get those balls into the goal early.
They need to start putting the pressure on team as TK might have a nice shot, but TK, can't be able to do that effectively. Or some will try and push the ball up the field. You're going to see a lot of pressure on and off. It's going to be a little bit of a switch. A scout will have a nice shot and he'll get the first one. Dynasty are taking the lead very early, and Crockettes are going to slowly fall down a little bit. So the 1-game lead might be going as soon as now, as Dynasty have taken the 1-0 lead off the back of Scout. He's been playing so well throughout this final series.
That's just a big bang. That's just one that goes right into the middle. You couldn't pick more of a middle spot to put that in the goal. It was very well aimed, and it's 1-0, 4:30 in. There's a lot of pressure going in front of goals here for the boys in blue. They try to get something going, as some couldn't quite get to that one, and it goes up the other end.
It comes down to a situation of who's ready to turn it on and who's ready to play the game how it's meant to be played. As a final series game, you're going to expect that both teams are going to try and come out and put a little bit of pressure on the other one, as Ames is going to be able to clear. He's been big throughout all the final series, especially against villains. He came out and clutched up, and he's been such a main player. If Crockettes can shut down Ames, it's like them shutting down Cobbo. If it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it might be a big issue for them. We're going to see no changes to the lineup, as I should have said. So Cobbo, Husey, and some will stay in, and same as Ames, Scout, and TK. Both of these teams have such strong ability, and they both can easily make way for some goal fest Ames, and even keep it at 0-0 by defending the whole way through.
That's exactly it. I think it's a bit dangerous with Cobbo on the other side to be hoping for a 1-0. I think that you definitely need to make some scoreboard pressure and get that confidence away. And that's how you do it. Bangs happening all over the place. Oh, look at this. Just it's like a demolition derby. It's just non-stop, just everybody hitting into each other. It's the best way you're going to get into Cobbo. I did say that. And Cobbo blows up Ames and says, no, you stay away from me. 3 minutes to go, still 1-0.
The situation is, if you get rid of Cobbo, it will get into his head. You find out that if players keep getting demoed over and over again, it gets into their head. A scout will get up, but he'll miss, so there's not going to be no goal attempt there, as TK will try and work something out with Ames, and Husey is the only one left back. We've seen it time and time again. If demos come through, it's going to really frustrate the other team, and when it happens, and when they keep getting bumped, players get frustrated. They get really annoyed that, hey, why are you targeting me? And then they realize, oh, I'm probably one of the best players in the lobby, so I'm going to have to do it to try and shut you down, as the pass will come through and Scout won't have anything to do with it. If Dynasty can keep Cobbo at bay, they will win this series. Mark my words.
Ames 2-0. There's a big one. That's a big one for the confidence. TK gets 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, hits the roof, Ames down, boom, 2-0.
That's exactly what I'm saying. The constant pressure from Dynasty, they've really turned this around. They got swept by Crockettes, but they look like they're going to level the series up 1-1. So that game in hand isn't really going to be much of a deal for the team of Dynasty, as they most likely look to level this up. But there still is 2 minutes left, so we can't count out Crockettes yet. As Cobbo comes through the middle of the field, he could be dangerous here, but Ames is the one to clear. Now, this game gets a little bit more tedious once it starts to open up 2-0. 2-0, sorry. As it looks like Sum's going to push one down for Cobbo to try and clear it up, but he's not going to be able to sweep it through, but he will beat Scout out. A Scout will push it across. It comes down to who is ready to play. It's Cobbo with a beautiful centered pass from Sum, and now we are 2-1. Exactly right. There should have been a bump there. He should have probably pushed him off the goal line, and Sum had way too much time to cross the ball in, and he's made it 2-1. He's punished them.
I was going to say that the best way for Dynasty to win this game 1 is to make sure that Cobbo doesn't start popping off. And he's got a big goal there because it allows the pressure to now be put on Dynasty, that Cobbo's got 1 on the board. He can easily get 2 or 3 or get a big pass or something like that gets them back in this game.
He is a huge player, Cobbo, and we've said it from the start. He is always going to be able to make plays, and when he makes the plays, they're super effective, and they always come off so nicely. But he's always going to have to try and help his teammates. He can't solo. He can't 3v1. He's got to rely on Husey, who will have a beautiful shot, but Scout will level it out and make a lovely save to keep this game at 2-1. Now we've got a minute 15 left to play, and this game is just a little bit closer than what Cobbo would like. And even the team of Dynasty, they need to start to maybe amount their pressure and start to find some goals, as it's an open sort of area for Cobbo to work with, but Ames needs to do something because Cobbo will slip one, hopefully trying to pass the other two, but it won't happen as some will miss the ball, hopefully giving Husey a little bit of a chance to maybe center himself as Cobbo will come across. He needs to do something. They need to start to figure out what they can do. That's a beautiful bump. TK is doing such good work. It's targeting him, and he's going to get annoyed by it.
TK tries to get a shot off, but Sum's there. 45 seconds to go. Ames will try to end it here with a good pass, but couldn't quite. 40 seconds to go, and TK is going to get to this one. That goes into an Orkies area for Sum, but make sure that he didn't get there. Cobbo might get something going. Ames, good save. 30 seconds to go on the clock, and TK is just going to get rid. Scout puts it into a big area for them just to waste time off the clock. 20 seconds to go. TK once again puts it in an Orkies spot. Cobbo has 20 seconds to go himself, gets the block off, gives it to Sum, who passes it to absolutely no one. 10 seconds on the clock. Scout, Ames, they're going to waste time off the clock. Cobbo goes for the boom, but nobody is there.
This ball's in the right area. Yep. It's in the right area for them. Ball still doesn't touch the ground. Needs to touch the ground now for it to be a win, but it's going to go up, and it will be. Cobbo, and that's it. Dynasty will level the game. It's 1-1. That game advantage is going to go straight out the window, and Dynasty going to be so happy with themselves because last Scout time, they hadn't even beat Crockettes, not once, and now they got a game on them, and it's level peaking.
That gets rid of all of that momentum that Crockettes had from the previous series, where they had the mindset and were allowed to basically say, look, you haven't beaten us yet. They have now. I think that won't be the story of the series, though. I think that once Cobbo gets started, it's going to be very hard for Dynasty to stop him. They've got to make sure that they keep going the way that they are in terms of getting the pressure on Cobbo so that he can't get started. Once he gets started, it's going to be very, very hard to stop him.
Yeah, they need to keep him down a level and need to make sure to punish him enough so he doesn't come back for seconds. They need to make sure that he is not going to be a threat to them, as we have another 5 minutes to decide who will take the lead in this best of 7. Now, we have at least 4 to decide, so we will see a 4th game in this series. And this ball's going to go up perfectly, but Husey will be able to clear. Now, this game could go the distance, but the thing is, are Crockettes warm enough to play the game how they've been playing? They've had a longer break than what would be expected, but you need to settle it down and need to be able to play the game to how you want to play it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. 100%. 4:30 to go. Now, Ames to TK. Tries to get a touch on. Some gets hit by Husey, which allows the goal from TK.
TK will open up the scoring for Dynasty, and they've opened up the scoring in the game 1. They won game 1, so it might be a little bit of a trend here, as TK will level it out and make sure that they have a little bit more time to push the ball forward. They've got a lot of room to work with, and we're only 30 seconds in.
Some needs to get something going, as Cobbo goes up for this one very quick. He's very good at that, as now, boom, Ames hits Husey, made sure that he didn't get a shot off. TK in an awkward spot, as now that one will go into the middle. This could be a 3-on-2 play, but well done from Cobbo. Gets it into a good spot. Scout will get rid. Some will turn on that, though, and Scout gets 2 hits on it before going for a third. Does get the 3rd hit on this, and that might go in! TK gets another on the board and puts that needle in the haystack.
He's picked it out between 2, and Husey and Cobbo couldn't do anything. Husey almost tried to pinch it out, but it just pinched too far inward, and that's going to lead to the goal. So now they're 2 up. They're in the same situation as last time, but they've done it a little bit earlier now. So it's 2-0, and Cobbo needs to start to will his team along. Husey needs to start to work, and Some needs to help out a bit. They're all on low score, as Cobbo will make a save. TK is going to drop the ball dead. He needs to get it past it. No, they'll be up to Husey to leave it out. Now, the situation is it's 2-0. It's very clear that Dynasty have the momentum in their side, but are they able to keep this momentum for a longer period of time? As they might have to go a long way. As the K will push it in, it's a beautiful goal from Ames. He's going to redirect it, and it's going to go past Husey, and it's 3-0 to Dynasty.
Where has this been all day? This is brilliant from Dynasty. They're playing very, very good in terms of passing. TK's in the right spot at the right time. Gives it to Ames. He gets that little bit of a touch on it, and it's 3-0.
That was an absolutely sensational goal from A's. It's such a tough angle, and it's going to make it very difficult for Crockettes to maybe form a comeback with only 3 minutes 27 seconds left. They haven't really done much in game 1 nor game 2. Now, well, technically game 2 and game 3. Some will have a shot, but no hit the woodwork at the top, so Scout needs to clear, which he will do, and it's going to slow down a little bit. They need to start to relax a bit, the Crockettes. They can't get too nervous because they're kind of, slowing the game down a little bit too much, and they're not going to be able to do much with it as Cobo will get up in the air, and he's got an open goal. So this will somewhat form a comeback, maybe even start to will their way back in and hopefully form something as Cobo will will his team on, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, a bit too far that time from Ames. He looked to be in a position to try and get the shot off, and he just realized that, oh no, there's Cobo. Puts it in the right spot. It's 3-1. Still 3 minutes on the clock. I mean, it's definitely possible with Cobo on the side, but they just need to take their time here, Dynasty. They know that they're 3-1 up. They get another goal, and all of a sudden that momentum's gone again.
Yeah, they need to really start to relax here, Dynasty. They need to really settle themselves, and if they settle themselves enough, as you did say, they will be able to produce something as Sun will get up in the air, and he'll be able to beat 2 here. So Ames will clear, which he does pretty effectively, so he'll hit it back into the half of Crockettes as Cobo needs to work out something now. He needs to beat Scout, which he does, so this might be a goal. Hughesy's going to tap it down, but he needs to make sure Takei misses, which he doesn't, which is good defending from Takei. He's been really good in this situation as he'll chip it over from Sum to Ames, but Ames will save, and this is going to go into a situation where it's bouncing in the goal line, but Takei, he's been such a good defensive effort, and there's 2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes to go, and Crockettes need Crockettes need to change their name because it's really bad for casters when you accidentally say that without the R.
Yeah, it is true. It's true.
2 minutes to go, and Hughesy's just throwing himself all over the place, trying to get something going, but couldn't quite. Ames, nope. Hughesy will go again, so Hughesy will try and get a little bit of a pinch on it. He does. Tries to get it past TK, couldn't. 1:45 on the clock, still 3-1.
Dynasty just looks so strong right now. They've come out of the blocks and they've been in the elimination area. They've seen the brink of death at this point, and they really want to survive, which they have. So they've made the final, the grand final, and this is where they're going to prove themselves. They went down, but now they've come back up, and Cobo needs to help Summer out, and Hughesy's going to try and track that ball across as Ames will get into a 1v1 situation with him. Takei will get up to try and clear it, and it's up to Sum by himself. Scout will get up, and this might waterfall down for Cobo and Ames to deal with, but Ames won't be able to have any say in it. It's the K will have a shot, but it's going to be a nice little save from Sum, and it's a minute 10 left. Ball's going to get pinched, and Scout will come through. It's on the goal line. They need to clear, which they do, so they save it from going 4-1 down with only a minute remaining.
I want VAR on that one. That goal looked in. That looked in, but VAR says no. We continue. There's a minute to go on the clock. Scout tries to get a demo on, but couldn't. Some tries to find Hughesy, but hit it too far. Some banged it up there instead. TK will take his time. There's 45 seconds to go on the clock. They need to find a goal quickly here, or else it's going to be Dynasty taking a 2-1 lead as boom, Hughesy blows up Scout, maybe creates something, tries to get past Ames here, Some does well. Cobo gets a touch on it, tried to hit it over TK, who's done well to position himself to save it. There's 30 seconds left to go on the clock. Orky's ball in front, but nobody there to stop it. Sum's got nobody to pass it to. Scout will have a little bit of a tap here in front of goal, but couldn't get there. There's 20 seconds to go, and that one does not go in.
Has to go in. It has to go in there with 15 seconds left. I think it's done out here.
Yep, that'll do us. So 10 seconds left, and the boys will get themselves... Oh, as that somehow goes in.
And now for game number 3, and there's going to be seconds left.
No idea how that's gone in, but somehow it does. That's nail in the coffin.
Came off Hughesy. I think it hit Hughesy, and it's gone 4-1 down. Dynasty, they're just really, really strong, right? And they will take a 2-0 lead, so that's going to give them a whole lot of confidence. They can win it in 5 here, ladies and gentlemen. And the ball just needs to hit the ground for it to confirm that they go up 2-1, which they will. So Dynasty have the 2-1 lead. I think my camera's shut off. I'm not sure. It has. Sorry, you won't be able to see my face for a second, but we'll continue anyway. It's gone to a situation. It's gone to a situation where both these teams are they're playing good, but one is just playing better.
Yeah, that's definitely. I think that Crockettes are playing fine. I feel as if they're not playing to the level that we know they can play. They haven't kind of stepped that extra gear yet. Dynasty are playing the way that they played all day. They're playing very, very good. They're playing very consistent. They just, if they keep playing like this, they could do it. It just, they've been shutting off Cobbo. He's only had 2 goals in the 2 games that he's played. No one else has showed up from the side of Crockettes. Everybody's showing up from the side of Dynasty. This next game is massive.
Ames has been playing absolutely huge, and so has TK. It's been a situation where they're really providing for the team, as you can see. TK, they've put in chat T, the brick wall K. He's got 2 saves as well as Ames. He's been absolutely huge. Even the saves that don't count but come through, we might have a little bit of a pause here because some I think he's disconnected. So we're gonna have a little bit of a pause time here. So we'll just bring this out a little bit longer. They've been playing so well, Dynasty. They've proven themselves that they deserve to be in the grand final, and now it shows with the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, it's just consistency. They've only conceded 2 goals in the 2 games that they've played, and they were both goals that were, I mean, basically hard ones that Cobbo had to find ways to kind of put the needle in the haystack. He needs to find more of that. Fortunately for Dynasty, they're playing very, very well. But it looks like we're going to have just a small bit of a technical pause as Sum is restarting his PCs. So give us 2 minutes and we'll be back with the rest of the grand final here for Season 3. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with game 3, technically 4 for the series, as now Sum is back. We're back. Everything's good, as we'll see if that little bit of a pause changed any momentum in play, as it's currently 2-1 to the side of Dynasty.
They look good here, Crockettes. They've started off early. They've got the ball and they've pressurized the team. A Scout will get a demo onto Cobo. That could lead to a goal, and Sum has to deal with it. So he's back, and he's back in better than ever. As TK will get up, and Husey needs to save, but no, he won't be able to clear, and Scout will capitalize on that, and it's Dynasty starting off so early, only 30 seconds in, and it's 1-0.
It's another goal off the back wall that hasn't been read correctly by Husey. It's about second or third time I've seen that where they just get it off the back wall, bang it into there, and somebody's there to make sure it goes in. TK with another good pass. It's 1-0.
It's a good start from Dynasty, as they might take the 3-1. If they do pull this game off, that means they will sit on championship point, and they look good to win the whole entire series. But Husey, he might want to have something to say about it, as he's going to dribble in the corner. As Cobo, he wants to start to wake up a little bit as well, because he needs to be such an influential character in this final series. In the grand final, he needs to realistically, and I'm going to say it bluntly, he needs to wake up, because if he doesn't, it might be over before he even gets a chance to even open his eyes.
Yep. That's exactly it. It just seems as if the moment has got to Crockettes. They played so well in their 3-0 game earlier against the exact same team with the exact same situation. And Dynasty said, you know what, let's go out there, let's try and get something going, let's try and get a win. And they're playing very, very well. They're playing just consistent. They're just being able to make sure that nothing easy goes in from the side of Crockettes, making sure that they take their chances when they can, get those big plays, and at the moment just shut Cobo off the game, who gets a chance here, and that's another shut off as Scout does well, but Sum is there. They get the equalizer. They're back in it.
Sum will get his first goal of the grand final, and he's really woken up. I think the little technical pause has helped him out a little bit, and people are saying Cobo can't handle pressure in big games. I don't think it's pressure that's getting into him. I think it's the players like Ames and even Scout that as soon as Cobo gets in the air, they're in the air as well, trying to shut him down, meet him in the air, and make sure that he doesn't have any influence with the ball at his head in a position of aerial prowess.
Aims to TK. TK goes up. TK goes again. Sum will get rid. Husey won't get to that one as Scout cuts him off. So now Scout's up in the corner, tries to create a play. That's not going to get there. Husey and Cobo both go together, make sure that it doesn't go in. Oh, a lot of demos happening, a lot of bumps, a lot of little bit of niggles. But we get there at Ames. Gives it to Scout, who now Scout, nope, doesn't get anywhere. Scout tries to find Ames, gets a little bit of touch on there, could not get there in the end, and it's still 1-1, 2:30 to go.
The game has kind of, it's going back and forth now, so one team will have a shot, then it'll go the other way, and the other team will have a chance to be able to score, and it's a little bit more passing play. So Crockettes have kind of changed their game plan. They're not really playing that passing game like they did in the game in the upper final. They're kind of just trying to hit the ball up, hope for the best of a good bounce in the corner, or even just an error off like someone like Scout or Takei in defense, because they're their main defending players. Ames is kind of sending himself in a much higher position, as the ball will come in and some will be able to deal with it, but won't be able to have a bit of influence on it, as Ames will be able to push it clear. Husey, he needs to do a lot of work in a little bit of time, as he has no boost, but Cobo will be able to support him there. We're a minute 55 left, and Takei will go up. It's some. Scout will go. He needs to shot, but no, it's just going to be a little bit too high. Now, the game's going to, hopefully for Dynasty, open up a little bit. They need a goal. They need a goal, even though, yes, it is 1-1. They need to find something to get Cobo off his feet and make sure he starts to struggle, because he is starting to wake up a little bit. As the goal might come here, as Husey saves, Ames comes in, but no, it's going to be a little bit more fake, and the ball's just going to sit in the box of Crockettes.
1:30 to go, and Cobo's got to get something going, so he goes himself. Bit of an awkward play, but Husey will get up for this one. He will go try to get a pass off, but Ames says no and gets rid. Cobo gives it to Husey, and Cobo will go himself, and it will stay just to the side. He couldn't quite get it. It remains 1-1 with a minute to go. Scout puts it out into the middle, tries to find TK, tries to find Scout, but could not. Husey tries to find the goal, but Ames is there to make sure it doesn't go in. Cobo tries to get something himself, gives it to Husey. He couldn't quite get it himself. TK into the middle. Sum cuts it off. 45 seconds to go. It goes to Husey. Husey tries to put it into the corner. TK gets red. 45 seconds. Tries to find cover.
This is the area. Oh!
Saved by Scout.
Beautiful save, and Scout's going to keep this team in it. It's Scout. He's an absolute brick wall as well as T, the brick wall. K is going to score. He'll score at the other end, and TK, he'll give them a 2-1 lead. But still, there's 33 seconds left. He goes one end, he makes a save, and he comes back down the other, and he'll score. That demo probably what saved them, and it's 33 seconds, and this will get close now, Foxy. This could be it. This could give them the 3-1 lead.
That's a 2-goal turnaround. They had a huge chance up the other end. Cobbo missed it. It was a big shot. He missed it. They go up the other end. It was a big save.
Oh.
Couldn't quite get there, but TK will have a chance just to take his time, take some more time off the clock. TK's going to knock this down, put it into a weird
really
position.
well at that as well.
Yeah.
They keep the ball in the air. TK knows how to waste time, but still 15 seconds left. Scout they need to waste the clock. They can keep it in their area, but they need to do this. Ames does it so perfectly. He doesn't need to force it. So Husey will chip the ball in the air, and Cobbo comes in. He'll hit the backboard, so someone needs to follow it in, but Scout will clear. So they're going to have the 3-1 lead. They haven't touched the floor yet. They might go for another goal. They will go for another goal, and that will settle it. Dynasty will go to a 3-1 lead, as well as the scoreline. Dynasty are on championship point.
And you're talking about favourites. It's all of a sudden changed around. Crockettes need 3 in a row.
They need a reverse sweep almost.
Need 1 game to become champions of Division 1.
They'll be saying in their chat, they'll be 100% saying it. 1 more. That's it. 1 more. Yep. We can do it. We are up 2 games. We have the 3-1 lead. We can do this in 5. Dynasty in 5. People are going to go absolutely insane. People have been supporting Dynasty from the start of the final series. We doubted them. I doubted Dynasty, but they've taken us by storm. Cobbo, hasn't had much of an influence as they lose 3-1. So it's going to come down to this last game in a situation where it comes to see if Crockettes wake up and if they get a third, they need 2 goals essentially. 2 goals to start, and they'll win this game.
Mm-hmm. I think exactly the same. I think that the first goal in this one is massive in terms of momentum. I think it's massive in terms of confidence on Cobbo's side. If he can start popping off and getting some chances, all of a sudden we could be talking about, Cobbo's done it, he's come back, etc., etc. But at the moment, they have done very well to stop him. They've done very well to stop the entire side of the boys in blue. And now they're 5 minutes away from the championship.
That's essentially it. They are 5 minutes away from lifting the cup. They've got one hand on it. They can't let it go now, as they just need to slow the game down. They know they can do it. As some will put it in for Cobbo, but Cobbo will just not be able to do it, as take out to K instead. As Husey will chip it up, it's going to be Ames. Ames has been so deadly in front of his own goal. He's been an absolute brick wall. He hasn't let anything through, and it's still 0-0 with 30 seconds gone. So it's a close game. A Scout will have a shot, but no, at the post. They need to clear as the K is following it, and he's been such a good influence in this game.
Look at all this attacking pressure in terms of just getting the ball and being able to make sure that
he's just saved many goals, he's created goals, and he's scored.
Sounds like we lost.
No, I'm here.
We're losing you. We're losing you a small bit.
I'm back. I should be good. I should be all right. Just had a little bit of issues there, but I don't really know what you said. But I'll just chip in a point that I saw.
Yeah.
They're starting to rotate a little bit less now, Crockettes. They hold one in the midfield, they push 2 on the wing, and they send them in. They're looking for a cross. They're not looking for something in the middle. A Scout will have a go, but TK will take it off him. And Ames, he's right in front, but Cobbo will try to clear it. It only go as far as Ames, though, and it's going to sort of be in a nice area for Husey to come up, and some will take it, but no, TK's been such a good defender in this situation, and it's 3 minutes 20 left.
It's like Division 2 yesterday, where the big game, the teams all of a sudden get nervous and start to make mistakes. We're getting that now. I feel like this is the time. This is the time when teams are getting nervous, especially the side of Crockettes, who know how close they are now. They just need that big goal to get them celebrating like we saw yesterday with the big goals from Trod and Angry Man to get them the win yesterday with DDG and Div 2. It's the same now. Get that big goal. Get your team screaming. Get your chance. And if you take it, all of a sudden you're ahead. Yeah,
you gotta take your opportunity, because once you take your chances, you can't you can't get goals. If you don't shoot, you don't score. You got to even have a shot, and it might be able to put in. If you put in the effort to score, you'll get a goal out of it. 100%. It's Division 1. It's always been like that. As this might be an open goal. So Husey to put it away, but no, Takei will make a beautiful save. Some probably should have targeted in there, and maybe, but Cobo's all on his own. This ball's going to drop, and it will drop. Cobo will take a 1-0, and this might be a little bit of a turnaround. Dynasty might have a slip a little bit here, but Crockettes will take the 1-0 lead for the first time they have taken the lead in this game.
Very good ball from Cobo. Very, very good play to be able to hit it off the roof in that situation. It could start something. It could start just being able to get a bit of confidence on the side of Crockettes, who are now getting something going their way. However, Ames will give that a chance, but no, TK doesn't get there, and Ames couldn't get it on target. Cobo's going to go himself again. Wonderful pass, but well saved by Ames. Every single time they get one of these chances, there's always somebody there to make sure that they save it. 2 minutes to go, still 1-0.
They're playing that one man back, which is probably the key for them winning this series. They're up 3-1. There's Cobo will put it in. Cobo will give it to Husey, and that's 2-0 with 2 minutes left. It's a lovely pass from Cobo, and Husey will be in the right position at the right time. Takei couldn't deal with it, and it's just a little bit set of the pass, and no one else could deal with it. It's a wide open net, 2-0.
There's Cobo again. That was going in, and Cobo for about the fourth or fifth time, when needed, gets those goals. However, they're going to need a lot more than that. There's still a minute 45 to go. They just need a hope to hold on to this one, get to the next game, play it one game at a time, try to get themselves back into it. Crockettes might have a chance then. However, on the other side, Dynasty know they have 3 games here and they just need to win one. They can take their time.
Big demos.
And, 2 big demos there as Husey tries to get down on that one, but they know they've got 3 games here, essentially, to just win one. That's all they're going to do. Even if they don't get this one, they can just calm down, wait for the next one, give themselves a chance, try to get a big play from TK or Scout, or even Ames, get a big play and get themselves that championship. It's going to be a close one.
So we're into the last minute here, as it's going to come down to if they can score. If they score a goal, if Dynasty score a goal, we could see it, but no. Oh, it's a beautiful save from Ames coming down from to stop the shot of Cobo. He's been so deadly, but unfortunately it is 2-0 with a minute left, and Husey's just corralling all over Ames, but Ames can go by himself. He's got to beat Cobo, which he doesn't, so we've got 45 seconds left, and Husey's going to go up the big H to Cobo. He's going to try and do something with it. He's got no boost to deal with, though, as Cobo is going to be ineffective in this situation. Ames to Husey, the big H. Everyone loves him, and he's going to try and work it up the field, which he does. 33 seconds left. This might drop in a awkward position for Scout to deal with, but he does deal with it very lovely. And Ames, he's going to have to slow this game down. He needs to slow it down, but essentially pick it up as well, because they can't rush everything. If they're rushing, they're going to make too many mistakes, and it could lead to a third goal. And 17 seconds left, I think we're going to see a game number 6 here, and we might even see game 7 if Crockettes hold on, so they'll get their first technical win of the series, as Takei will try and clear the ball out for 8 seconds left. Get a goal with 5 seconds, that's it. And it won't be able to do it. 3 seconds. And we'll see game number 6. They need to win 1. That's all it is. It might be another goal. It will be another goal. Cobo will add his 3rd, and he'll have 2. So he's become a little bit more influential in this game.
Yep, definitely right. He's starting to just not completely pop off, but he's there. Now they know he's there. They just need to try and use him to a point where get some passes to Cobo, get him popping off, get the side of Crockettes a bit confident, and get Dynasty a bit scared. Get him a bit scared. Try to get him that game. They know for a fact if they win the next game, all of a sudden everything's even and we're playing one more game. So Dynasty won't be scared yet. They win the next one and all of a sudden they're champions still.
They won't be scared. They'll be a little bit nervous, thinking, okay, they've won 1. They're back in it. It's 3-2. If they level it up, we can win this in 6. But if they win, we're going to have to do it the long way and go to 7. So Crockettes, they have the momentum now because of the win that they've just produced. They have the momentum. So it comes down to who has more significant play and who sees it better than others.
Yep. Well, that's exactly it. To be honest with you, I don't know which way this script goes now. This first goal could be the turnaround of the script, in my opinion. If Cobo or even Husey or some gets something big on the board, all of a sudden we're talking about, game 7, etc. Big goal from TK or Ames or Scouts, and all of a sudden we're talking about, the upset and Dynasty getting finally being able to finish it off and get the championship. And TK tries to get a pass off to Cobbo. Here's a chance for Scout. Couldn't quite get it. He was last man. It was a bit scary there for a second, but Scout gets another touch on it. Scout's with Cobbo. Cobbo stops him.
It's coming down to the nitty gritty now, as both these teams, it's a lot of possession inside the half of Crockettes, as Ames does a really well to hopefully make it awkward for Husey.
Oh no.
Comes down. It's going to go back. TK needs to deal with it, which he does. So it's going to be a little bit more eerie now. As Dynasty, they can't really lose it. Here's Cobbo. He might get an open little look here, but he's going to go boosting fast. So he's not going to deal with it as it is a lost cause. And TK, he's been playing well, TK, sorry. He's had the biggest defensive threat. And Ames, he's been playing well as well, but he hasn't really been the scoring threat that we've seen throughout the series. He's been more of defensive.
Yeah, it does seem like that. He's putting more time on himself to make sure that Cobbo doesn't get anything going. And it's worked. It's worked that he hasn't been able to. They've just got to keep it that way. They can't allow Cobbo to start popping off and getting those plays that we know he can do, and that's what I said at the start of the series, and it has worked for them at the moment. As TK blows up,
the beautiful demo.
There's the one.
Scout. There's the first, and they are only 3 minutes and 33 seconds away from lifting the cup and being your Division 1 champions, but they've still got a long way to go. Scout with the beautiful demo. That's probably what saved that goal and made it actually become a goal, because whoever it was, I think it was Husey in goal. Oh, sorry, it was Cobbo in goal, pardon me. He would have saved that, 100%, but that's a beautiful start for Cobbo. He could level it up, but no, TK will make a beautiful save, and it's coming back down. It's some to deal with, but Ames will be able to clear. So it's only 3 minutes, 20 seconds left until Dynasty are your champions, because they are 1-0 up.
Yeah, it seems to me like the big difference in this one is that every single time Cobbo does get a chance, there's somebody there to stop it. There's somebody there to stop him in play. This is a 3v1 chance. They tried to blow up Ames, but couldn't get it. It's going to waterfall down, and that's missed. That was the chance to get them back into it. They couldn't.
This could be a goal on the other end, though. No, beautiful save from Husey. The goal could have been on the other end, and this is looking like a little bit more of a ping-pong match now. As the ball goes up one end, you get a chance in the other, and it's coming back and forth now. Sum's going to try and bump, which he does, and it's going to work out pretty well. Husey, he needs to do something, and Scout, TK says, get out of my way. I want the ball. Cobbo puts it up in the air, and it's going to sit nice and just a little bit awkward for some to deal with. It's going to go over his head to Scout. Now, Scout's on his own on this right-hand wing. He's got to deal with Cobbo first as he tries to chip it past, which he does, and then there's going to be Husey, but Husey will level to it. TK, he's got a lot of work to do now. It's going to drop for Ames. Ames to score, but it'll be saved, but it'll be a goal. It's 2-0, Foxy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2-0, and it's 2 minutes, 28 seconds until they are the champions of ODL Season 3, Division 1.
TK tried to get out of the way, and he still managed to hit the ball, goes off the back of his car. We've seen that twice today, where it's gone off the back of somebody's car and gone in on the forward momentum, and there's 2 minutes 30 to go until we have the upset.
Crockettes are now on the back foot, and they need to start to work something out here, as it could be an open goal. I feel like they're not playing enough chances. They're not challenging it. Even though they don't have enough boost, they can still challenge the ball. They can still get in the face, as this might be a centered ball, but Ames will be able to clear it. So we've got 2 minutes left now. 2 minutes until we decide if we go to a Game 7, or will they hold on for a 2-0 lead to become the champions. It's up for Cobbo. He can have a shot here, and it's going to drop nicely for TK to deal with. So he's in a 1v1 situation to beat Husey, but Husey will beat him to it. And the ball's going to hit the roof now. It might just come across to Scout, which Scout will win it. People in chat are already calling it. It might be already game, set, match with a minute 50 remaining.
Here we go, 1:45 to go. TK's got a chance to completely end it right here. TK gets it! And there it is, 1:43 to go. It's 3-0, and now it's going to be very, very hard for the side of Crockettes.
Husey tried to push it out. He just didn't have enough, and Ames will be the other one to clear it. He's been playing so well in the series, same as TK. He's been absolutely influential, and there's only a minute 40 left, so they need a goal within the first probably 10 seconds. They need a goal at least before the minute 20 mark, and then they need one before the minute mark to hopefully seal the deal and maybe bring this back. But I don't see it happening, as Dynasty are just such a good team. They're a different team than what they were in the upper final.
Good pinch. There's 1:20 to go, and now Scout puts in an area, tries to get a pinch off Husey, but couldn't quite. Now they go up the other end, try to get something going. Cobbo tries to fake it, gets one, doesn't get the two. TK goes up there, Ames goes up there. They're trying to finish it off now, as some tries to find something out of nowhere.
That's a good play. They're putting it back in their area.
Yeah, they couldn't
They're
quite. Just
deciding
1
to put
minute.
it back in. They're deciding to put it back in their area with a minute remaining because they need to hold on to it. A scout could end it here if he gets the 4th goal, but Cobbo will be able to clear. So we're a minute away from deciding a champion. No, Ames won't be able to. Some will clean it. He needs to be up. They need to do something quickly. If they do, they need to do it now. As Cobbo's all by himself, they commit the goal. That will seal it. That will seal it, ladies and gentlemen. Dynasty are going to go away. They're going to make the most monumental underdog story you've ever seen, and it's 4-0. That's it. It's a GG. It has to be with 43 seconds remaining. I think Dynasty have won it. Foxy, I think Dynasty are going to lift the cup.
TK, 757 points in the most important game of his life. He's done very, very well to end up lifting the trophy. They have done amazing in this series after being 1-0 down and they weren't even favourites. There's no way they were favourites coming into this. They were 1-0 down. They won the first game. They won the second game. Everything was looking their way. They won the third game, and they've just managed to win their 4th game. And ladies and gentlemen, your champions.
That will do it. 15 seconds left, and that will be it. 4-0 will be the last scoreline. And guess what? Dynasty, they've made their own dynasty now, and they've dethroned one of the best players, Cobbo. He was a champion, but it's not going to happen anymore, as that will decide it, and Dynasty will make their own. They will be your ODL Season 3 Division 1 champion.